Just arrived at the port, doing a quick inspection of the truck. Everything looks good. Just crossing the Arctic Circle.
You're not gonna believe it. I found one.
No way. Congratulations, that's awesome.
Yeah. But I would like also to.
In June of 2025, we shipped a Rossmönster Overland truck from Baltimore to Antwerp. From there, we set off on an 11,000 kilometer journey, visiting our roots in the Netherlands before heading north through mountains and along Norway's stunning coastal roads to Europe's northernmost drivable point. From there we turned south, through Sweden, Finland, and the Baltics, into Poland, the Czech Republic, and across Austria to Switzerland, and finally up to my sister's place near Frankfurt, Germany. That's where we'll park the truck until we return for phase 2 of our European adventure. Alright, so today's the big day. We're getting a ride down to Toronto area. We're going to spend the night with Matt and Caroline, and then they're going to drop us off at the airport tomorrow for the big flight to Europe. So we're super excited about that. So the first leg of our journey begins.
Love you, mother. I hope I don't get poisoned by.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you.
Have a fun trip.
Thanks.
Okay, good.
Love you.
Have fun. Drive safe. Be safe.
All right, we'll see you.
So the big day has arrived, and it's actually travel time. Like, we're actually getting on the airplane and going and reuniting with the truck. I have butterflies, and yeah, just can't believe today's actually here. So excited to go and take you guys along with us. So here we go, and hopefully we have a great flight. I'm sure we will, and we will see you in Holland. Love you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Amsterdam. For your comfort and safety, please remain seated with your...
We're here in Amsterdam, pretty excited. We're going to be staying here for a day or two while we wait for the truck to come out of customs. But that'll give us some time to get acclimatized and maybe tour around, see some stuff, show you some of the beautiful country of the Netherlands. So step one is we got to get a Uber to our hotel.
Because Peter and I had a red-eye flight, we put our bags in the hotel, and then we forced ourselves to go and take a couple train rides and go walk around this beautiful city.
Good morning. We had a great sleep last night. We're back on the train and heading to Rotterdam. My dad just texted me the street where my mom grew up on. So it's on the other side of Rotterdam, so we're gonna get an Uber and head out there. It's not a tourist destination, it's just a street, but I think it'll be neat to actually see the place she grew up.
Where are you from? Australia?
Canada.
Canada?
Yeah.
Wow. My mother lives in Toronto.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
It's nice to see where she was born, you know?
What is life?
She's 82 now.
Oh man, that's good. Where is she? She's here?
She's in Canada.
She's in Canada?
Yeah.
You will make picture and you make...
Oh yeah, we'll make a video for her.
She will be excited.
She'll be very excited.
Yeah. That's right, man. That's good.
So this is the street where my mom lived when she was very young, and she always talked about a lot of the places, or I guess her place was 3 stories, very small, and pretty much just an apartment. Very neat to be back here though. I can just imagine her being in a stroller, you know, with my Opa and Oma walking her down the street. I think they all lived 2 generations, so her 3 when she was born, so her Opa and then her dad and mom and then her. So I don't know exactly which apartment it was and or which house, and neither do they don't really remember, but they knew the street and the section of Rotterdam. So anyway, it's neat to be here.
So today was really special, and it's only day 2 on our big adventure. I can't wait to reunite with the truck. I think it's going to be Monday or Tuesday. So I'm glad that we were here a few days early, so I got to, you know, be with Pete, going and seeing, you know, where his mom came from, and then I think we're going to go and see where his dad came from, and that's like where everything started. Like that's where Pete came from, is them two, you know, finding each other. What are the odds of them two living in Holland and then going on a boat at 9 and 11 and then going to Canada, finding each other, and there's Pete. And I found Pete, and well, and he found me, and so life continues, and to live it to our fullest and to soak in every day. And that's, you know, the whole trip. I mean, all of yesterday and today, I was thinking that, going, you know, I'll probably never be back here in this spot. Being there with Peter is super special. So we went to the grocery store again, and we got some meat, some olives, the most yummy mustard ever, and some bread with some other cheese, and another cheese. Bon appetit. Or what did they say in Dutch?
Eat smakelijk.
I'll let you say that. But yeah, it's so good.
This morning we're in the village of Almelo in the Netherlands here, and this is the town that my dad grew up in. So we took a train ride. It was quite a ways. It was about at least an hour, you know, on the train, and it's more out in the countryside. As you can see, these big huge beech trees behind me, and it's just a quiet, quaint little town. So I want to find some of the places my dad sent me, and I'll take you guys with us. There's a candy shop that it used to be called Jammin', and when you look it up on Google, it's still named that, but it's in the same spot. And one of the memories my dad has coming here for candy back when he was a kid. Another one, one of his most distinct memories was in 1945, May 5th, 1945. He remembers his dad saying, "Hey, let's get our things and go watch the Canadians coming in." And they met them here and saw them, the tanks roll by. He said they threw him chocolate and biscuits. They had gone through a really difficult time during the war, and you know, things like biscuits and chocolate were luxuries that they didn't have for quite a few years. So that's a very fond memory he has.
1872.
Wow. Our visit to the Netherlands, exploring the places where our family story began, has made this journey deeply meaningful. Visiting my mother's childhood home in Rotterdam, and now walking the quiet streets of Almelo, we're walking through my father's memories. Learning to swim in the big pool at Het Bosbad and the Zuiderzee, he watched the Canadians rolling in, handing out hardtack biscuits and chocolate. Just around the corner was his childhood church and the little school where he learned to read and write. My parents were just 11 and 9 when they emigrated to Canada, but their story brings us back, to walk the same streets, breathe the same air, and remember where it all began. We're sitting here waiting for the train to Antwerp, and we just just got an email saying the truck has been fully cleared and is ready to go. We already booked a hotel there, so we'll stay the one night and then take an Uber and pick up our truck tomorrow. Exciting. You don't find architecture, modern architecture, like it was back in the day, just so intricate, so much detail. It's amazing to walk around and see, and they took the time to put sculptures all over their buildings. It's amazing. We're going to try to walk down to the center square of Antwerp here. Just arrived at the port, doing a quick inspection of the truck. Everything looks good. All right, we're through all the security and checkpoints and everything, and we have our truck. Let's go learn about driving in Europe. So we just pulled over here. There's space on the side of the road to do some stuff, and I think what we're gonna do is go back and turn on the power to the camper. If you recall, before shipping we turned it off, so hopefully there's still lots of power in the batteries, and then that'll allow us to charge them as we go with all this sun, plus with the driving that we're going to be doing.
Plus we need to turn on the fridge before we go grocery shopping and get that cooled down, because it's been pretty hot the last couple of days, and also for Starlink.
Looks good. Sweet home. Wow. I missed this.
Smells good.
It does. It smells brand new. All right. Power on.
Uh-oh.
Coming on.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it takes a second. It looks good. There's lots of lights.
Not quite yet.
We'll just give it a second and should be good to go.
Can't believe this went across the ocean.
Across the ocean. It's amazing. Oh, there we go. Good. Make sure she goes up.
No. It's scary.
I just want to free it up. No, it's perfect. What's your power at? 100% power, so that's the first time we've done it, but by turning off that switch, it maintains the full power. We should have done that this winter when we parked it at the island, at the lake. But anyway, live and learn. All right, well, let's head out. Once we get off the highway there, the roads get pretty narrow, and you share them. There's no center lane, but I'll get used to it, I guess.
Exciting to get some real food and cook our own food. I like going out only once in a while, not all the time, but we have been eating good though. So, but this is exciting. Trying to figure out some meal plan and food prep.
It really feels good to be back in the truck again, editing at my own table, and we had the AC on for a minute because it was like 33 degrees, but with this rain that just rolled in, the temperature's dropping and a breeze is coming through the windows like you wouldn't believe, just refreshing and cool. So we're very thankful for that. The weather looks like this rain's going to blow over in a couple hours, and then it's going to be quite pleasant tomorrow, so that's awesome for our second day in the truck in Europe. You can tell all our clothes are in the laundry. We're both wearing our white undershirts, but This is what we love about having our truck. It's our home on wheels, and it's got all our stuff. It's got our plates and forks, and Carol made a delicious meal for us here, and it saves an absolute fortune not having to spend the night in a hotel and go out to dinner. So we're excited for our first night in the Netherlands. Morning. So we had an awesome sleep there at that camp last night, and we're back on the road. We're heading north here in the Netherlands, and my brother Ben, one of my younger brothers, is married to a girl from Apeldoorn area in the Netherlands, and her mom and dad and her sister have been to, several of her sisters have been to visit back in the day, and they came to our house and everything, and so Carol reached out to them, and one of his sisters and his mom and dad are home, and they said, why don't you come by and say hi? So it's not that far out of our way, and it'd be nice to see another town, Apeldoorn and Trevolda, I think it's called. So let's go, come with us. We'll go say hi to my brother Ben's wife's family.
Hello.
Hi. Good to see you again.
Surprise!
Yeah.
This boat is born here. Is Noelle. She's a slagroom.
Okay. Jo, have a good trip. Yeah.
Bye.
So it's 8:24 p.m. We've been pushing pretty hard today. We're in North Germany, not quite to, probably an hour to the border with Denmark. So this place turned out to be a good one. There's a couple of other campers here, and it's right on a gorgeous lake, and beautiful countryside around here, just amazing. And we saw a bunch of deer coming in, so I think we'll have a good night's sleep here. So that was a beautiful camp spot last night. Very quiet beside the lake there, and just surrounded in gorgeous German countryside. There's cornfields, and it's really farmland out there, I guess, and extremely beautiful. So thank you, Germany, for a good night's sleep. We've got a lot more exploring to do here in Germany, but right now we're on a mission to get as far north as we can, and then we'll work our way back and zigzag throughout Europe. So today we're heading towards Copenhagen in Denmark, and we have friends there. I don't know if they're in town or not. We're going to try to reach out to them, see if we can explore Copenhagen for one night, and then carry on into Sweden and work our way north. So I hope you're enjoying the trip so far. We sure are. It's been amazing. We just crossed into Denmark. They have a little border there. It's not a full border where you have to pull out your passports and everything. They just waved us through. They were pulling every other vehicle or a couple of vehicles at a time in for a secondary inspection. I think it was just random selection, but he waved us through. So we are now in Denmark. We get parked for the night at Urban Camp RV Park. Then head down to soak in Copenhagen's musical culture and street food scene at Reffen. From there, we hop on a water taxi crossing the harbor towards the old town. We stretch our legs, wandering through the cobblestone streets, admiring the architecture and history all around us. Before long, we board a train to visit our niece, Monique, a chance to slow the pace and spend time with family.
Nice to be here. Hi!
Oh, nice. How far is the airport?
Down the highway. Yes, we hit so much rain in my hair just oh no. And I say I'm using repetition. Look at you.
Yeah, isn't it weird how that So we made it to my niece's and her husband Claire's place, and just outside of Copenhagen. And she is an identical twin from my sister Julia, so I get their names mixed up all the time, Monique and Juliet, but I believe this is Monique, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, well, time for dinner. And their happy little baby, she's got the biggest smile ever. Arriving at Monique and Pear's home to meet their beautiful new daughter was far more than just a visit.
Oh, cozy.
It was a deeply moving moment of connection and reflection. With my sister Julia, Monique's mother, having recently passed away, I could see her spirit shining in every smile, hear her voice in every word Monique spoke. It was as if a piece of Julia lived on in this new life, a beautiful reminder that though she is gone, life carries on, in our children and our grandchildren. In their laughter and love we find hope and healing, a quiet assurance that family endures beyond loss. This visit wasn't just about catching up. It was about honoring the past while embracing the future, wrapped in the warmth of new beginnings.
What can we do?
Peekaboo. Where's Uncle Pete?
Oh, just like, what just happened?
Thanks for everything.
Thank you.
So nice seeing you and
so cool.
meeting my new friend. One last one. Oh. Pumpkin. Hi, Pumpkin. So now there's, we're at the end of Denmark. There's a bridge and a tunnel, I believe, or a tunnel first and then a bridge to Sweden. So let's go over the bridge. We cross Øresund Strait, separating Denmark and Sweden. And using the Park for Night app, we find a potential camp spot for the night. We went to the address that the app said, and it looked like it was somebody's driveway, so maybe we missed it, but we went another kilometer up this little dirt road, turned around, and now we're heading back, and we'll see what's there, but it just, the exact address was right at somebody's house, so I don't think it's in that guy's driveway. We'll let you know how it goes. So we were disappointed about not finding that one because it was in the forest, but there's another one that we just found. They get pretty sparse between here and Norway, so, you know, we were thinking we better take whatever is available, but Carol found one that I think will be interesting. So it's 26 minutes up the road. Let's go. You're standing at the beginning of Gallervegen, the route used by Karl VII in 1718 to transport 12 galleys from the something to the something by land on the inner fjord, Idefjorden. Operation required the effort of 800 soldiers and took 2.5 months. Starting on June 26, the purpose was to reinforce the army prior to launching an attack on the fortress of Fredrikstad, near present-day Halden.
What a beautiful couple hours of driving through Sweden, and just seeing the countryside now that we're a little bit out of the cities. Coming here was really special. See the history and learn a little bit more. but I think we're gonna stay the night here. They let camper vans camp overnight here. Alright, so we made it, and we're starving. So I don't know if I want to make chicken fajitas or do more of like a, I don't know, chicken tzatziki type wrap or something like that. I'll think about it.
That is super tasty. So we're crossing into Norway now. There's no customs that you have to stop at. If you have something to declare, you stay to the right. Nothing to declare, you just go through. I think there is a toll booth up ahead, but yeah, it makes it easy to travel between countries. Alright, so the rain stopped, but now we've got a traffic jam. But both Carol and I just are longing for some wide open wild spaces away from all the congestion, and that's to be expected. We're in Europe, which is a lot more densely populated than what we've experienced crossing Canada, you know, especially in the west and the north, where you can drive for a day and not, you know, barely see another vehicle. But we're just gonna push up. North Norway is what appeals to us. That's what we came here for, and we can't wait to get up there. So we had found a spot to camp, but there was construction going on and it was extremely busy, so we have now found another spot, and it looks a little more in the country. So we're just heading up a little road up here into the mountains, and hopefully it'll work out for us. We're looking for a place to hike to. We need to stretch our legs. Been doing a lot of driving the last couple of days, so sounded like there was that up here, so here we go. It's tight.
Just keep climbing. It's just gorgeous. Ta-da!
It's way up there, but we're still climbing. Another 2 kilometers straight up the side of the mountain. I'll just have to put a couple blocks on the 2 back tires. That's it.
It was pretty.
Yeah, it's beautiful up here. So this place turned out to be nice. We're about an hour outside of Lillehammer, but it's been very quiet and the kind of camp we love. So time for dinner. After a great night's sleep, we had a couple hours north to the village of Lohm to see its ancient Stave church, built around 1158 from pine wood harvested in the surrounding forests.
It's like just all metal in the belly.
Constructed by skilled local craftsmen, the church was designed to serve both the growing Christian community and travelers passing through this important mountain valley. And remarkably, it still stands, much as it did nearly 9 centuries ago. We also wander through nearby log dwellings dating back to the 1600s, offering a glimpse into everyday life centuries ago. It's neat walking amongst these old buildings from the 1800s, so they've really stood the test of time. Some of the logs are just huge, so the trees must have been really big back in the day. And the style of building is very similar to what we see at the island. We're sending all kinds of pictures back to Dan so he can get ideas and incorporate them into his log cabin learning and building that he's doing right now. The town of Lohm lies along the Otter River at the base of the mountains in the Jotunheimen region. And today we're heading up into the high country to find a place to camp for a few nights. We're literally driving to the top of the mountain. There's still snow on the ground up here and epic views in all directions with narrow roads, but not too bad. Morning from beautiful Norway. So last night we found this little side road coming off the main road. We were going to park in just a pull off because the view was epic, but you can't beat this. This is a gravel road that comes out here to a lake that's still frozen actually, and massive views of the mountains and the glacier. This road actually is completely snow covered, so you can see it goes on behind me, but there's no access to it right now because the snow is over it. We haven't even fully registered where we are, to be honest with you. Sitting on top of a mountain in Norway, and we have our truck here and all our comforts of home. It's been amazing so far. I'm making the buildings, you know, the log buildings.
Oh.
Some of the oldest in London is from 1500.
Wow.
Yeah, the
The
church.
church.
From 1130.
After learning more about the history of this place from a wonderful couple who live in a nearby cabin, Carol and I decided to spend the day hiking through the mountains, taking in the incredible scenery of Jotunheimen. Just as good as the gas station. Or better. I'd say better. So we just left that beautiful camp spot this morning. What a wonderful couple of days up there. We could stay longer. It's so quiet and so beautiful. So we're going to carry on now to Trondheim and then begin the Atlantic Road up to or the coastal road, I think it's called, all the way up to Nordkapp. So it's going to take us a while, but it's going to be epic, and we can't wait to take you guys with us.
Wow, I'm gonna miss this place. It was so beautiful. I got so windburned the other day as we were hiking around, but feels good. Today's another beautiful, warmish day, and hardly any wind, so that's nice. But we're gonna go exploring.
So we made it up to Trondheim, and we're taking a little detour into the city to visit the Nidaros Cathedral, where the boys and Caroline went with the team from XO when they did the Nordic series, and they got some really neat artifacts, and they would be disappointed if we drove right by. So we're going to go check that out, and then we're going to continue north a little ways and find a camp spot. Rising above the city of Trondheim stands Nidaros Cathedral, the most important church in Norway, and one of the northernmost medieval cathedrals in the world. Construction began around 1070 and continued for nearly 230 years, reaching completion in the early 1300s. It was built over the burial site of Saint Olaf, Norway's patron saint, whose death marked the country's transition to Christianity. For centuries, pilgrims traveled here from across Scandinavia, making Nidaros the spiritual heart of the nation. Today, the cathedral remains a place of worship, pilgrimage, and national ceremony, a living monument to Norway's history, faith, and identity.
What an amazing cathedral. It was really remarkable to walk through it, and all of the fine detail and how many years it took to complete it. So now we're going to go and find a camp.
Just an hour or so out of town, we find a peaceful spot by a lake and settle in for a restful sleep. Morning, we're packed up and moving on, but that spot by the lake was just incredible. Could even stay another day. It's so peaceful there, but it was nice to have a day and a half to just, you know, sit still for a minute. We're ready to begin the coastal road, which we're pretty excited about.
So we're all stocked up and ready to go. Kind of excited. Very excited.
Today we're traveling north along Norway's coastal route, a 650-kilometer journey through the rugged beauty of the Helgeland coast. We plan to take 3 to 4 days to make our way along this stretch, enjoying the epic scenery, friendly people, small fishing villages, narrow roads, tunnels, and 6 ferry crossings along the way. We'll be finding places to wild camp as we go, and hopefully fitting in a few hikes along the route. After a few hours of travel, we find a quiet place for the night, just off a dirt road tucked in the forest. In the distance, we hear the sound of a waterfall and hike up to look around.
You can see the ferry we're going to be taking tomorrow. What a beauty campsite. I love sites with little hiking trails. After a day in the truck, you get to stretch your legs, see the backcountry of where you're at.
Today we're back on the coastal road. We have several ferry crossings ahead, including one that will take us across the Arctic Circle. Fuel up, get some groceries, and then we found this spot. There's a couple other vans parked here right along the ocean. You cannot get a better spot. The weather's been incredible, the views are off the charts, so we're very happy. And there's something about this place, it starts to grow on you. We're feeling really comfortable here and don't want to leave.
I love how garlic just elevates the meal so much. The aroma, just amazing. Good morning and good night to us almost.
After dinner, we relax, listening to the ocean. As the sun dips towards the horizon, never fully setting here in the land of the midnight sun. Tomorrow, we reach the end of the coastal road and board a ferry to the Lofoten Islands. We're just arriving at the Lofoten Islands, and as soon as we came past the rocks here, the waves stopped, the wind stopped, and we're in a protected harbor. So we're probably 10 minutes before we're going to be on land. The Lofoten archipelago lies off the northwest coast of Norway, above the Arctic Circle. Known for its steep granite peaks, sheltered fjords, and fishing villages, the islands have been shaped by glaciers in the North Atlantic. For centuries, cod fishing has supported communities here, and today the archipelago remains one of Norway's most distinctive coastal regions. I don't know how those buses squeeze through these little places, but they do. So we're just giving you our first impressions of Lofoten and the little town of Rain here. It's absolutely on another level, even compared to everything we just saw. But we're going to come back. We're going to go about 20 minutes out of town, try to find a place to park, because everything in town is full. And then we'll come back and walk around and really get to know this place. So we found a place. We were just driving by. We saw 2 campers in here and a little spot. So it's only 10 minutes outside of town instead of 20. And it's got a beautiful view of the ocean, so we're going to set up here. The next morning, we head to the beautiful village of Riga and begin a hike we've been looking forward to for some time. You can see people up there, they look like ants. The trail climbs nearly 2,000 stone steps, covers about 2 kilometers, and gains roughly 450 meters in elevation. The view from the top, however, makes every step worthwhile.
Of course, we picked one of the hottest days. No breeze. This afternoon is supposed to be breezy again, which will be nice. I think after this we're gonna enjoy the top, hike down, and then we walk into the town. And Pete Jr. said we have to eat at some fish restaurant. He said it was the best he ever had. So, gotta earn that fish sandwich. Check out this view. There's a sailboat out there. Almost there.
Well, we did it. That's all I have to say until I catch my breath. After a great hike, we wander through town and enjoy a bite to eat before heading about an hour inland to camp along a quiet, peaceful fjord. We've been driving now since this morning. We left camp about an hour ago, and the scenery has been just off the charts. Like it's hard to believe it's real. I was saying to Carol, Norway is not real, especially up here in North Norway. It's like the most spectacular stuff that we've seen, and it just goes on, and around every corner it seems to get better. And there's glaciers and mountains that come right into the fjord, and little houses on this side overlooking some of the most spectacular stuff we've ever seen. So this coastal road has not disappointed. We still have 6 hours drive to get to Nordkapp, but it's winding through some of the most beautiful places we've been. We're now driving the final stretch towards Nordkapp, the northernmost point in Europe accessible by road. This remote plateau rises high above the Barents Sea, reached by a single route that winds through tundra, fjords, and long tunnels carved into solid rock. Despite its isolation, Nordkapp has drawn travelers here for centuries, explorers, sailors, and now overland journeys like our own. At 71 degrees north, Nordkapp sits farther north than Prudhoe Bay on the Arctic coast of Alaska. So guys, we are at Nordkapp. We made it. That is a crazy journey. Pete has been up here twice with the XO team, but both times hearing about it, I didn't fully grasp what a long drive that is, and especially towards the end, you just start climbing and climbing and climbing, and now we're way up perched over the Arctic Ocean. We're going to go take a walk around and stretch our legs. That was a crazy long journey, but super nice to be here. As far north as you can drive in Europe, and maybe even in the world. I'll have to check that out, make sure that's correct, but it's quite a milestone.
Yeah. But I would like
What a cool feeling. You made it.
Did it? We made it. Over here. Nordkapp.
What?
So fun to see so many people from all around the world coming here. Biking, hiking, bus, boat, doesn't matter. Overland rig, camper, car, van, you name it. They make the trek up here, and it is definitely worth it. And it's so special to do it with Pete. Aw, kind of all emotional. Shipping, you know, just what it takes, like shipping your truck, the logistics of everything. Oh, it's pretty cool to come here with our Rossmönster and breathe in this air, and it's not windy, it's not anything. I mean, I'm overdressed today. It's that beautiful.
Well, the sun is getting low in the sky over the ocean there, and we are making our way out from Nordkapp. We're not going to go too far, find a camp spot. There's some side of the road camping available, you know, just a few kilometers from here. Spend the night and then head out tomorrow morning. That was pretty cool though. It's a big check mark off the bucket list. Driving the Rossmönster all the way to Nordkapp. Our next objective is to drive east to Vadsø, the easternmost town in Norway, located on the island of Vadsøya along the shores of the Varanger Peninsula. This area is also known for its rich bird life, and today we finally come across a species that's eluded us throughout our travels so far. We're sitting here right at the end of the island. Across is another island, which is a bird sanctuary. And everything between here and there is, we've never seen so many seabirds. And for the first time ever, Carol was just scoping these little birds, and then she was like, oh my word, those are puffins. So we've seen puffins now for the first time. We've been in areas where puffins live quite a few times, like in Bluff, the southernmost part of New Zealand, but we didn't end up seeing them. So now we see them popping up all over the place, and there's across on that bird sanctuary, there's literally hundreds and hundreds of them. So, and aside from that, there's ducks that look like mergansers and these nesting swallows, and then different types of cormorants. It's just a bird watcher's paradise. There's a puffin right in front of me. What a beautiful bird with the big beak, white head, orange around the eye. Just a very unique bird. So it's quite chilly up here. We're well north of the Arctic Circle, and they say it doesn't get much warmer than this, and we're in the middle of July, or the end of July. So Carol thought, since it's so chilly, we should probably have a chili. That's what we're having. It's always delicious. Thank you, Carol.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Vic.
That's awesome.
After breakfast, we meet a wonderful couple from Italy who tell us about the abandoned fishing village of Hamningberg. They suggest we make the drive up there, and we're glad we took their advice. Before leaving the island, we follow a rough dirt road north and hike out to the far edge, where we come across old stone structures, remnants of World War II, and a striking Viking ship-shaped sculpture. Quiet markers of those who passed through long before us. So we just left Vardo and we're back on the mainland, and we're heading up to an old abandoned fishing village called Hamningberg, I think. And we'll show you around there. It's a very narrow road going up there, and I don't think anyone lives up there anymore, but we'll see. A bunch of the locals referred us to, or suggested we go up there, so we're heading north. This is a really neat road. There's little cabins along the way, just stuck in amongst sharp, jagged rocks, and just such a neat landscape here. Feels like you're on the moon, really. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
The place is just tucked right in the midst of the rocks. So I do have to keep a close eye on the road because it is one lane, and you gotta share it. There hasn't been a lot of traffic. It's a pretty remote place. It looks like a herd of reindeer. I mean, we're still a ways away, but up just right on the beach, so hopefully we can get up there and film it for you. Reindeer roam freely across northern Norway and Finland, with about 250,000 animals in Norway alone. Herded by the Sami people for generations, they migrate seasonally across tundra and mountain landscapes. And encounters like this are part of everyday life in the far north. Hamningberg is one of Norway's most remote coastal settlements. Once a thriving fishing village, it was abandoned in the 1960s as residents moved south for work. Today, its preserved wooden houses sit at the very end of the road, overlooking the Barents Sea. So we just pulled in, we found a little camp spot here, right at the end of the road. This is it for this side of Norway. There's no more roads beyond here. I think it'll be a nice started spot to camp for tonight. We're gonna get the camp set up, and then we'll take a walk into the little village and see what's over there.
Started raining a little bit, but this town is really something else. all the homes are nestled in the rocks. And then there's just pathways that the reindeer have made all throughout the rocks with all the wildflowers everywhere. And then when you go and look at the sea or the bay, I don't know what they call these. There's just wild, like, there's birds of all sorts everywhere. Sailboats, fishing vessels out there. It is really something else. A lot of these homes are so pretty. And then out of the blue, you'll just see a big reindeer just pop up and move, and they blend right into the rocks.
Cafe just opened here, and we're gonna go get a coffee or something and enjoy the beautiful view. It seems to be a tradition here, having a coffee and a waffle in the morning. And I tell you what, it tastes really good. With jam on it. We're actually we're in Hamningberg, where we spent the night. And I've just been looking at online to see where we are, in terms of latitude and longitude. We're actually 120 kilometers north of Tuktoyaktuk, which I find hard to believe. Because this area, even though it's way within the Arctic Circle, it is protected in terms of the temperature by the jet stream, which in Tuktoyaktuk and in Yukon and Northwest Territories and Alaska, it's much, much colder. You've got permafrost, which you don't have here. So there are some differences, but it's neat to be up here in this beautiful little cafe enjoying a Norwegian treat. On our way out of town, Carol spots a small dirt road heading towards the mountains. Exactly the kind of road we're always searching for. It's the road less traveled, and we can't resist following it to see where it leads. Alright, so this is truly the end of the road. It's way back here in the mountains. A lot of folks go fly fishing from here, or they backpack into the mountains. There was a gentleman and his wife parked at the very end, and they just left and they said, "You're welcome, it's your spot." So we're gonna head back in there. And then we feel like we're camped as far back as you can get on the eastern side of Norway. One of Carol's favorite things to do in wild places is hunt for antler sheds. Over the years, she's found moose, elk, deer, and caribou. And today, she's searching for something she's dreamed about this entire trip. A reindeer antler.
I'm just going to check out either by the river or going up into the hills here, or mountains. It's been raining quite hard this morning. And I didn't wear my Gore-Tex boots, which I think I'll regret, but we'll see.
After more than an hour of hiking across the open tundra, something draws her towards a lone white rock in the distance. That's when she sees it, a reindeer antler, a meaningful find for Carol.
Wow. Oh my goodness. This one must have broken off. Oh, I didn't think I would find one. Wow. goodness. Hey, Pete.
How's it going?
You're not gonna believe it. I found one.
No way. Congratulations. That's awesome.
I got me a big one.
Wow. Nice.
It looks just like that one I wanted to take a picture of.
The following day, we drive along the shores of the Varanger to the small fishing village of Bugøynes, known for its long tradition of coastal fishing and king crab harvesting. So we just pulled into town, got parked here, and there's a bit of a thunderstorm happening now, so we're just going to sit it out in the truck. I don't think it's supposed to last too long, and that might work out just right with the restaurant opening in about 20 minutes or so. Whale, Arctic char, reindeer tongue, king crab, coleslaw, and some veg, and some local berries.
There's a nice smoke. I miss the Traeger.
Mm-hmm.
That was so good.
And this is
reindeer tongue. It tastes like reindeer tongue.
Don't tell Carol that I just booked a king crab safari, so they run them out of this little town. You get in boat, go catch king crab and help them sort them and all that kind of stuff, and then you come back here to this restaurant and they cook your crab that you caught and make a meal. So I think she's going to enjoy it, and somehow I think she already knows we're doing it. But stay tuned, we're going out tomorrow. This spot was marked on Park for Night, and it's just a pier right just outside, walking distance from town, so it should work out great. In the morning we'll just walk up and do that safari and come back here. So I'm just going to level out and we'll get set up.
Automatically.
Okay.
If it doesn't open, then on the red hand you have a red anchor to pull.
Right.
Mine is in here. He's about 40.
So he's pulling up the first pot, and you can see how close we are to shore, but it's already 120 feet deep here, or 43 meters, which is crazy. It must just really drop off. But I think he just baited this one. When did you bait this last week?
2 days ago.
Oh, 2 days ago, so we're just checking in. Oh, yeah. And they pull it up and it's actually got some really, looks like some keepers in there, which is great. So they're spinning the basket around, and we're gonna put on some gloves and choose a crab for lunch.
Wow, those are big.
This one, it's in steel, and that one is in aluminium.
Oh, okay. What do you got? Nice. It's a big one. Here in Bugøynes, we're getting a first-hand look at life on the Barents Sea, pulling up crab cages from the icy water. These are the red king crabs, originally introduced to the region decades ago and now firmly established along Norway's northern coast. For the people who live here, crab fishing is more than a job. It's a way of life, shaped by cold seas, hard work, and the rhythms of the Arctic.
Der er det nå.
Ja, du har jo det. Ikke?
Oh, wow.
Big boy.
Wow. One
Wow.
dinner.
Skal du? Jo, hva?
That was amazing.
Well, that was an amazing experience. We've got a good catch. Definitely enough for lunch for us and the whole crew. I think now we're going to load up, go back to the restaurant and get that cooked up.
Oh, yum. Wow.
That's half the leg.
So we got some tips from the expert.
Wow, that one worked well.
Amazing feeling. So here goes the first taste test. I'm so happy we did this. Like this is hands down the highlight of our trip so far. And we get to spend it together.
So we are heading to what they call the end of the road here, which is the far eastern side of Norway. It's about an hour drive from here. It also is a stone's throw from the border, so there's some strict rules, obviously, of how to behave out there. You don't do anything pointing towards Russia. Don't even throw a stone across the river. And this road looks pretty worn out, washed out. So yeah, we're just gonna go out there, probably camp one night, and then hopefully they have some good news for our oil filter, and we can get the oil changed, and then we begin our southward push into Finland and Sweden. We've been driving inland for a while, but now we've got to do about a 20-minute section right along the border, and there's a big information sign here saying Norwegian-Russian border, and it's got some instructions, so we're just going to go out and make sure we're informed. It's prohibited to cross the border by land, water, air. Not planning on doing that. To make contact across the border is prohibited, so if you see someone there, you're not allowed to talk to them. To make offending actions towards or across the border. To remove, damage, or destroy the border markers. None of these were on our bucket list here. We walked through King Oscar II Chapel, built in 1869 near Norway's eastern border with Russia. Commissioned by King Oscar II, the chapel was intended to assert Norwegian presence in this remote frontier region. It remains one of the easternmost churches in Norway, a small but enduring symbol of history, faith, and national identity. We get parked for the night where the rugged Norwegian coast meets the Russian border. After a good meal, we spend some time chatting with the soldiers stationed at the remote outpost before settling in for a restful night's sleep. This is our last day in Norway. As we begin heading south through Kirkenes, we stop at a Ford dealership for an oil change. A small pause before the next chapter.
And it isn't, you can't even buy it. Used 7 hours through Finland.
With that done, it's time to cross the border. Next stop, Finland.
Little guys. Pete and Dan.
Yeah. Well, we just left Norway and re-entered Finland heading south. And I'll take some time in the next day or two to share my thoughts on Norway, but what a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to drive through Norway and experience everything we experienced. It's too much for me to even process right now. It was amazing. The people were incredible. Wow, that was something else. And we almost feel like we're leaving home. We felt so at home there over the last month or so. But anyway, it's been amazing. So thank you, Norway, and on to Finland now. So far, driving through northern Finland here, it really reminds us a lot of the taiga forests of northern Quebec and northern Ontario. And then there's so far lakes, beautiful freshwater lakes and rivers and rocks, but you can see the trees don't grow too big up here. And so I'm going to look online and make sure, but I think it's part of the huge taiga forest that wraps around the whole Arctic Circle and the whole north of both Canada, Alaska, Russia, northern parts of Scandinavia and all that. So far not too many reindeer. We've been able to drive fairly steady. A lot of people warned us, watch out for the reindeer because they can block the road and jump out of the ditch, so we're being careful. For our first night in Finland, we stop at Rovaniemi camping on the shores of Lake Inari. We'll spend one night here to do some laundry and top up our water before continuing on.
So it's been nice. I've been able to do quite a few loads of laundry, hanging them outside and inside. Just a nice reset at this campground here in Finland.
This morning we are touring Sami Museum here in Finland. There's an indoor museum and then an open air museum, which is what we're going through right now. And yeah, it's just been fascinating. So we did a fair bit of driving today from way up north where we were last night on a beautiful lake. down to the Arctic Circle. We stopped at a restaurant which is right on the Arctic Circle here, and we're having reindeer roast. So it's a traditional Finnish meal, and it looks good. It should be delicious. Wow, it's super good. We were talking to the gentleman when we were crabbing. Carol asked, "What's your favorite meat?" And he said reindeer by far. And the difference between, say, reindeer and moose or caribou back home is, maybe caribou is the same, but at least moose and some game like that is very, very lean. So you typically mix it with something more fatty. But he said reindeer is almost like beef. It's got enough fat to just be served on its own. So due to the hot weather and everything today, we just kept on driving. We didn't want to camp early and have to sit there in this heat. The heat's going away next week, but it's here for a couple of days. I talked to a local guy when I was fueling up, and he said the last time it was this hot here in this part of Finland was 1990. It had a heat wave just like this. But anyway, it was too hot to sit still, so we just kept driving, and then we came around the corner and the Sweden sign was there, so we're in Sweden. I actually didn't think we were that close to the border yet, but we're going into Sweden, down along the coast, and then we're going to take a ferry back to Finland, over to Helsinki, and then down. Anyway, that's the plan right now. It may change, but some folks last night when we were at the camp spent some time with us. They've lived both in Sweden, Finland, and Norway, and they shared a couple of different routes that they thought would be best for us to take. So for now, we're just we found a camp on the Baltic Sea, the big bay off the top of the Baltic Sea, and it was on park for night, and sounds like it might be good. It's about 40 minutes from here. So. So this trail is way longer than we thought, and it's rocky and beautiful, but hopefully it ends up at a great camp spot, because it takes a while to get in here and it'll take a while to get out. So we've got the bay at the top of the Baltic Sea on both sides here. We've got the place, at least right now, to ourselves, and it's super quiet and remote and beautiful. So looks like it's going to be a great place to camp for the night. We'll get the truck positioned so we can get Starlink access and upload a video. There's a seagull diving at an eagle. It looks like a sea eagle. Must have been getting too close to their little chicks. Good morning. It's raining today, so we're packed up and heading on down the road. That was a wonderful spot we found. Just wild and quiet, out there all by ourselves. So we're gonna not probably drive too far today, but we're working our way south, about halfway down Sweden, and then we're gonna take a ferry back to Finland and carry on. So let's see where we end up today. After a few hours of driving, we find another beautiful wild camp along the coast, about an hour north of Amsterdam. Tomorrow, we'll board a ferry across the Bay of Bothnia to Vasa, Finland. So we're getting a lot of rain today, which makes for a good drive day. You can cover some ground. No matter what country we're in, you know, if you're on a road trip and we're trying to see all of Europe and Eastern Europe and everything, you're never gonna see everything. So you have to make decisions. You know, you're gonna have to bypass some pretty cool stuff. Here in Sweden, we're catching the coast of the Baltic Sea area. And we saw the bottom part and a little bit of the north, but there's so much more, but that'll have to be for another trip.
Ungefär 10 minuter, så man hinner ändå komma och göra sina sista inköp. Dear passengers, our shop on deck number 7 is still open for about 10 minutes. Welcome.
Pyydämme hyttimatkustajia noutamaan tavarat hytistä sekä kaikkia auton kuljettajia siirtymään autokannelle.
It was a good trip across sea, and now we're back in Finland.
So we're gonna go find a camp spot.
Not too far away.
Not too far away. Closer the better, because I'm tired. I don't know about you.
I'm like so tired. I don't know what it is.
We've been pushing pretty hard. So anyway, we're gonna find a camp spot, get a good night's sleep, and then we'll see what tomorrow brings. We'll try parking here for a bit. It's a neat spot. If we're not supposed to be on the pier, then we'll just back up a bit and park in the parking lot. But there's some folks fishing and whatnot right now. They'll probably pack up and leave soon, and we can have our choice of places to park. But this will do. We're working our way down to Helsinki to take the ferry across to Estonia, but today will get as far as the archipelago down at the bottom. I guess if you choose the coastal route, you got to be ready for coastal weather to happen any time. Right now the rain is just coming down like crazy and the road is flooding in spots, so we're just taking it easy. We spent our last night in Finland, camped at a quiet trailhead, surrounded by lake and forest. Tomorrow we turn south toward Helsinki and board a ferry to Estonia, ready for the next chapter of the journey. Good morning. We're now driving into the city, heading to the ferry terminal to see if we can find parking for the truck for a couple hours. And because our sailing is around 3, we have to be there an hour and a half or 2 hours ahead of time. That gives us a couple hours to hopefully explore Helsinki a little bit. Helsinki is Finland's capital and largest city, founded in 1550 along the Baltic coast. Known for its seaside setting, clean design, and strong connection to nature, Helsinki blends historic architecture with modern Nordic life. So we just took a stroll around parts of Helsinki, downtown here. It's been beautiful. Super windy day, so it's going to be a bit rocky on the boat, I bet you, but we have enough time to have a coffee and maybe their Finnish pastry here. It's just a type of cinnamon bun. I just asked for something Finnish that we could try, and they said that's the most Finnish thing we got, so. Normally we're having a coffee beside a lake or a river, so Every once in a while, it's nice to change it up. And this is one of the oldest cafes in Finland. So we're checked in, and we're just making our way towards the boat. I don't think it's here yet, but we'll get in the right lane and we'll be boarding as soon as it arrives. We board a windy, choppy ferry across the Bay of Finland. And about 2.5 hours later, Estonia comes into view on the horizon.
So we're just coming into port. Wow, what a beautiful city. We've been doing a little bit of research the last 2 days, and we're really excited. And we have a few really neat things planned for you guys. So let's go and explore.
With late afternoon light fading, we decide to find a place to camp for the night. We'll begin exploring beautiful Estonia tomorrow. We find a spot that looks promising, about an hour outside of Tallinn. Free camping by the sea, with a short walk to the northernmost point in the Baltics. Yeah, we've arrived and there's a beautiful spot here for us, so we're happy.
The smell of campfires too. Oh.
Yeah, in the Baltic Sea behind us, which is called the Gulf of Finland. It comes off of the Baltic Sea. Bad for first night in Estonia. We've been welcomed with an amazing sunset behind us. And this is the path we're going to walk tomorrow, right to the very end tomorrow morning. And that'll be the northernmost point of the Baltics. Excited. Yeah. Lots of amazing bird life, like seabirds, and yeah, it's just a beautiful place.
And it smells good. Really, really nice.
Diving birds. After a quiet night camped along the seashore, we continue south, passing the abandoned remnants of Soviet-era watchtowers and former military towns. Reminders of a recent chapter of history the Baltic countries are glad to have behind them. So we just stopped at what's called the Viru Bog, and it's a nature walk a couple kilometers long. That's what this area is famous for, these huge bogs with bird and other wildlife. So it is a little bit stormy. I mean, it hasn't stormed yet, but you can see the clouds behind me and we're hearing thunder. But I think we'll be alright. We'll take raincoats with us. Before we go though, Carol's just in the back making something to eat for lunch, and then we'll hit the trail. Grilled cheese, tomato soup, yum. Can't go wrong. Well, it's raining. Hopefully it won't last too long and we can get out and do the hike. The rain isn't getting any lighter, that's for sure. It's still coming down pretty hard. Apparently bogs make up, or peat areas make up 23.5% of the landmass of Estonia. Almost a quarter of Estonia is bog, which is interesting. Viru Bog is a protected wetland in northern Estonia, formed over thousands of years. A raised boardwalk crosses the bog, offering a rare look into one of the country's most distinctive landscapes. As we make our way back towards the city, the weather clears, giving us a perfect afternoon to explore the old town of Tallinn. Tallinn Old Town is one of the best preserved medieval city centers in Europe. Founded in the early 13th century, hub of the Tallinn grew as a major trading hub of the Hanseatic League, a powerful alliance of merchant cities that controlled trade routes across the Baltic and North Seas. Its limestone walls, merchant houses, and churches reflect centuries of Danish, German, Swedish, and Russian influence. Today, the Old Town is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, offering a rare glimpse into daily life in a medieval Baltic city. So far, our impression, especially the old part of the city, is just incredible. Cobblestone streets, ancient buildings. It's spectacular. It's like old city Quebec, but it goes on and on and on forever.
Daniel-sized cookies, as big as your hand.
So we just crossed into Latvia. I had an amazing time in Estonia. The people were incredible. We kind of count thumb ups or whatever you want to call it as people drive by, and we lost count there in Estonia. So many people smiling and waving and giving us thumbs up, seeing the truck on the road. So thank you, Estonia. On to Latvia. We make our way through the capital city of Riga. And find a peaceful forest camp spot for the night. Good morning, guys. This is where we spent the night last night in just outside of Riga, Latvia. We had gone up the road, but it was all like people were lined up on the side because there's a lake down there. It was a hot day yesterday and they're all swimming. So we just backed into the forest here, and that's one thing we've noticed in Latvia and Estonia, lots and lots of forest, pine forest, sandy ground, really nice for camping. So instead of going back into the city, the big busy city, we have to go through it, and then we're going up to a place which has a bunch of old medieval castles and ruins from the castles and things like that. So we're going to spend a bit of time there and then start working our way south. So come with us. We are in the Baltics and enjoying their incredible hospitality and friendliness and culture and beautiful country. We spend a wonderful day exploring Latvia's historic sites, including Gdańsk Cave, the largest cave in the Baltics, and to Riga Castle, learning about the region's medieval history and legends along the way. 1890, 1822. I wonder what you had to pay to take up that much space. They know these names, they still have them in historical documents. A lot of them were the estate owners. An actual sword that was found in the castle here. Can you imagine?
Yeah, this really goes up.
So we've been winding through the countryside of Latvia here. A lot of it is really, looks like really good flat farmland with massive fields of wheat. You know, hundreds and hundreds of acres of wheat. Nice little villages and towns. We're making our way out to a little camp or a parking lot where you can camp overnight on our way south. Latvia measures just over 450 kilometers from its northern to southern border. By day's end, we find a quiet forest camp only a few kilometers from the Lithuanian border.
The trees are so tall here. It is quite impressive.
So we just crossed into Lithuania. I knew we were camped pretty close to the border, but I didn't realize we were like 3 minutes drive from the border. But yeah, we're excited to do some exploring in Lithuania. We've been reading about a place called Hill of Crosses, which sounds like an interesting story. So we're gonna head there on our way to the old town, the old city of Vilnius, which is right near Belarus. So thank you, Latvia, for your hospitality, for your amazing country, good food, good people, and incredible history. And now Lithuania, here we come. So this area has been here for over a century, and it's really a symbol of the strength and tenacity of the Lithuanian people. And they started putting crosses here to commemorate souls who had died, people in their family, their sons or whatever, that died in resistance to the Soviets and in various wars. And then during Soviet rule, it was outlawed to put crosses here, and because back then the Soviets and the communists were anti-religion, against Christianity especially, which was the main religion here. They banned putting crosses, made it illegal, so people had to sneak in at night and do it, but they kept going. They never gave up. The Soviets sent bulldozers here to try to level the place, and they did a lot of damage, but the Lithuanian people came back and they kept putting crosses here and they rebuilt it. So it's a symbol of their strength and faith and tenacity. We carry on to Vilnius, the capital of Lithuania, and one of the oldest cities in the Baltics. First mentioned in 1323, Vilnius grew as a major center of trade, learning, and culture within the Grand Duchy of Lithuania. Its historic old town is one of the largest in Eastern Europe and reflects centuries of Gothic, Renaissance, and Baroque influence. Alright, we are now in kind of the southeast part of Lithuania. And there's a lot of history here, just like everywhere else in the country. But we're right now at a castle and then overlooking the old part of Vilnius. So hopefully once we tour the castle, we'll get down and be able to show you around the old city. We found this little place to stop. Carol and I are going to share one of their specialties, which is cold beetroot soup. hot potatoes. But the setting is just incredible. We're in the old part of Vilnius, Lithuania. We've got a river going by behind us. This deck is right over the river. And we're just enjoying our time here. You've been craving beets, is it? Beets? Yeah.
It's basically like a coleslaw.
There's got to be a cucumber in there too.
It's got sour milk, right? And then it's called Glacier. Similar to. Basically, you take fresh milk out of the fridge and keep it for 3 days, and then go to curdled up, and then you take it and you drink it. Interesting.
So we are on just a tiny little road, and we have been for a couple hours, and winding through the smallest of villages here in Lithuania and farm country. And so we're definitely getting a rural view of Lithuania and probably part of Poland too when we go across the border. But it wasn't intentional, but it's a great way to see more of the actual country rather than just the polished areas along the freeway, but it is a lot slower. So,
and bumpier.
And bumpier, yeah. This is a rough road. We're working our way back to Germany, but we're going to go to Gdańsk, which is
okay. This is
a toilet. That's a toilet.
Shower. Can you please open?
Yeah. So they have armed guards at the border crossing, and this is such a rural, in the middle of nowhere border crossing. It's unbelievable, but they just pulled us over, checked through the camper a little bit, checked our passports, and admired the truck and sent us on our way. So we're now in Poland. So this whole strip of land goes right up to Kaliningrad, I believe it's called, which is actual Russian territory. They never gave it up after World War II. So we're camped right near the border of Russia again.
Wow. This is kind of crazy.
I don't know what we're getting into here, but we are going up a narrow road. Hopefully there's a place up there. Right now it doesn't look too promising.
It's only for an hour.
No, on my phone.
If we stay one more day, it's
60.
We're in. So driving up that little road, we were kind of second guessing ourselves. But as soon as we came around into the parking lot, we could see that, you know, there's some campers there from all over the world. Really good people already we've met. And then we walked down and we have this behind us. Absolutely beautiful. You know, just traveling through all these countries and just opening my eyes to what these countries are all about and how much is actually here and how awesome the people are in the place. So it's been amazing so far, and we're looking forward to spending some time here. After a few relaxing days at the coast, we head into the historic city of Gdańsk. For centuries, this port has connected people, cultures, and ideas across the Baltic, growing rich through trade as part of the Hanseatic League. Rebuilt after immense destruction in World War II, the old city stands as a reminder of resilience and renewal. In more recent history, Gdańsk became the birthplace of the Solidarity movement, a place where quiet determination helped shape the course of modern Europe. We've really enjoyed walking through the old city here in Gdańsk, and now we've stopped at a restaurant to try some Polish pierogies. We've ordered a whole bunch. We didn't know what we were ordering, but we think we got a good mix, and we'll show you what we got. Looks super good. Some of these have beef ribs in them. I got a whole mix. Good morning. We had a good 2 days at that camp spot, a little parkette off the road in the beautiful forest here in Poland, and got some work done. Carol did a truck reset, so we're now getting back on the road. We're working our way east. We've got a plan for the next 10 days. We're going to take you to as many places as we can within the time we have, because after 10 days we're going to be at my sister's place in Germany. We're leaving the truck for a couple of months and heading back to the cabin to spend some time with the kids. And Pete is about to embark on another big journey with XO, and if we hadn't changed our ticket to go home a bit early, we would have missed him. We would have been, you know, flying in different directions, and that'd be like a half a year or more that we wouldn't have seen or had any time with Pete. So we just miss our kids. The truth is, we love traveling, just the two of us, but we also miss hanging out with the kids. So we're going back to do a bit of that, and then we'll come back and get in the truck and carry on our European adventure.
Tons of cats. Wow, look at how many cats there are. Kind of interesting.
I have no idea where we're going, but GPS is, as usual, going the scenic route.
Alright, so that was interesting driving in. We went, I think, the back way.
Yeah.
I think. But it's a really pretty church, and then it has this like gorgeous brick and mortar wall going all the way around it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it looks like the town is like right down there, and it looks pretty. So this pulling into this little spot, there's like a sketchy car sitting here, but we're just too tired to even worry about it. And it's probably nothing, the person's probably out hiking or doing whatever they're doing. So it's home for tonight.
After a wonderful night in the countryside of the Czech Republic, we cross northern Austria and continue on into Switzerland. We're nearing the end of the first part of our European adventure. With time for one final camp before heading north to my sister's place in Germany, we decide to visit Lauterbrunnen, a fitting place to pause before the next chapter. As we wind our way down the mountainside, the peaks and glaciers of the Bernese Alps come into view, with the iconic Jungfrau standing prominently in the distance. Driving into Lauterbrunnen feels like entering a storybook. The name Lauterbrunnen means many fountains, a reference to the more than 70 waterfalls that pour into this steep alpine valley. Among them is Stave Falls, plunging nearly 300 meters from the cliffs above, and the hidden Trimmelbach Falls, where glacier meltwaters thunder through the mountain itself. Surrounded by sheer rock walls and alpine mountains, Lauterbrunnen has inspired visitors for centuries, and arriving here it's easy to understand why. We get word that a campsite has opened up on a first-come, first-served basis at the only campground in town, so we head straight over to see if we can secure it for a few nights. Wow, this is the tightest spot we've ever gone through so far on this trip, but this is what you do. We're so lucky we got here when we did. He's taking us to a place where have to do some fancy driving to get in there, but hey, we're just happy we got a spot here. So last night we stayed in the camp there. It was a beautiful, beautiful place, just surrounded in spectacular mountain scenery. Today we're just taking a walk back into the village and looking around.
Yum. That looks so good.
Arugula, tomato, mozzarella, pesto on the toast. Oh, it's so good.
I don't know how to call you.
Unbelievable. It's just breathtaking. Everywhere you look, and then you think you've looked at it before, and then you look again, and then you see another detail or another element to the beauty. Just blows your mind.
Well, we're pulling out of town. What a beautiful place. It's hard to describe the beauty of this place. We had an enjoyable couple of days here, and now we're heading back north into Germany. I'm gonna visit my sister and her husband and kids, and possibly my niece and her family if we can make that work. So stick with us. We're heading north, and a lot of adventures ahead. It's hard to believe our European overland adventure is nearing its end. Along the way, we've experienced deep history, warm hospitality, welcoming people, and spectacular scenery. Moments that will stay with us long after the road carries us on. Before we place the truck into storage and begin the journey home, there's still one last and very special stop ahead. That final stop brings us to family. A visit with my sister Christy, her husband Waldemar, and their kids. A chance to explore the place they call home, where the kids were born and raised, and to simply enjoy time together. We're 450 meters from my sister's house. I've never been there, so I don't know exactly which one it is, but as long as we got the addressing correctly, we should be arriving shortly. Hopefully our truck fits. She said park in my driveway, but I haven't seen any driveways that look...
These are okay.
Yeah, it'll be tight one way or another. Hey, I'm going to be able to park this thing?
Hey.
Hi, Keith.
What's up, man?
Good to see you.
Hi.
Nice.
You think we'll be able to park this?
Yeah.
Oh my word, you're so...
What? They're huge.
Hi guys. Hi.
Man, yeah, you guys are
all grown up, eh?
My word, you sound like Christy. Like.
I was thinking.
So good to see you. Oh. I love you guys. Now you're all big. I didn't know you were this little. Time's gone way too fast. Look at Uncle Peach still trying to park the truck. It's the cutest thing ever.
Good to see you. Well, thanks for having us, guys.
Of course.
Nice little community. So it's our first night here with my sister Christy and Waldemar and their beautiful children. And they treated us with traditional bratwurst, German bratwurst, and homemade sauerkraut with some broccoli. And the kids are all going to bed early because they get up really early for school tomorrow morning. So we're just going to enjoy this meal in this cozy little apartment. It's actually a huge apartment. We're coming from the truck to this. We don't know what to do with all the room, but what a nice treat. And yeah, we're just going to enjoy this meal, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. We take a train to visit our niece Juliette near Stuttgart, the twin sister of Monique, whom we visited just outside Copenhagen at the very beginning of this journey.
Nice to see you. I can't believe you guys are here.
Yeah, we made it.
Carol.
Hi.
Adorable.
Yeah.
Would he come to me or is he bitching?
You guys must have gotten crazy footage in Lauterbrunnen.
Yeah, that's a beautiful place.
So
It feels fitting to reconnect with family again as the story comes full circle. We'll see you again, okay? If you guys come to Canada, come up to the island.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice seeing you again. Back at Christy's place, Waldemar has prepared a generous feast, and we gather around the table, sharing good food, stories, laughter, and the simple gift of being together. The next morning, we visit nearby Heidelberg Castle with the family. Built in the early 1200s by the Electors Palatine, the castle expanded over centuries into a powerful seat of the Holy Roman Empire. Sitting high above the Neckar River, its ruins tell stories of war, fire, and time, and offer sweeping views over Heidelberg's old town.
We're having a blast. It's spending real quality time here and learning a lot and seeing this amazing castle, and it just keeps it going up and up and up.
We take it all in together, and as the day winds down, we head out for pizza, a simple evening with family, and one we'll remember for years to come.
Just like that, the roof is down. We will see our little house in a few months.
Beautiful picture.
Are you kidding me?
Germany is well known for castles. I drew a German castle with
the truck.
With your guys' truck.
Oh!
We just got a ride to Frankfurt Airport, and we're going to say bye to Christy and Waldemar. We had such a good time. I can really, the highlight of the whole trip is the last, 5 days that we spent here. And to all the kids, we miss you guys, and we look forward to when we come back and we get to hang out again together.
So we're just about to board. We're looking forward to seeing the kids. Super excited.
Hey, we're back in Toronto. Dan, I see a big white Jeep over there, so that means Dan will be here shortly. And we're looking forward to seeing everyone.
How are you? Love you.
Okay, where to go?
Hi, Lando! Wait, Lynn, wait. Hi.
Watch it.
Hi. Oh, watch your toes.
Not really.
Starting to realize. Oh, look at this guy. So good to be home. With as much fun as we had, what an incredible time we had in Europe so far, and it's not over, but it feels good to be home. And to see the kids and Nando, and this time of year is absolutely our favorite time to be up at the cabin, so we're excited.
Lando's like, that's my chair.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this. The chair's as good as ever. Nando, come here. What do you got? Let's sit for a minute. No, the other paw, this one. Yeah, a good boy. That's a good boy. He doesn't know what to do. Back home now, with some distance from the road, we've had time to reflect on this journey. What stays with us most isn't just the places. It's the people, the conversations, the kindness of strangers, and the shared moments along the way. Traveling slowly across Europe reminded us how deep history is woven into everyday life here, how culture, tradition, and landscape shape the way people live, work, and care for one another. We were struck by how different each region felt, yet how familiar the values were: family, community, faith, and a strong connection to the land. This journey also reinforced something we've learned many times before, that slowing down opens space for gratitude, perspective, and understanding. We're thankful for the experiences, the lessons, and the memories made along the way, and for the opportunity to share them. As one chapter comes to a close, we'll carry these moments forward, knowing they'll shape the journeys still ahead.